What's going on, guys? This is actually a highlight of a premium episode. You can check out the full episode by clicking the link in the description. You just have to sign up for $5 a month. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this highlight. In the last podcast, it was like I asked you a lot of questions about, your biggest flaw, your biggest weakness, the thing that your biggest accomplishment. Now, today, I want to ask, what's one quality or multiple qualities that you would want to change in yourself, whether that's physical, mental, or spiritual? I don't know. Whatever just something.
I want to hear your answer first.
My answer first?
Because last time I answered first.
Well, like I said, I have really dainty wrists and ankles, so
no,
if I could...
you wouldn't change it though. It makes you aerodynamic.
I don't know. I don't know. Physically, I think my ankles and wrists are just too. I feel too fragile.
He does have small.
I have small, joints.
Wrists.
So that's the physical one.
Okay, that's physical. Let's get a little deeper here. That's all he would change about himself.
Probably it.
He's perfect. Okay.
I would also say about myself that I would want to change my speaking ability. I stumble over. You're
getting really good though.
I have improved so much. YouTube has helped me improve so much with this, and
it's like speech therapy every day.
Yeah, and the podcast, for example, I feel like I'm doing really well with this podcast of speaking. Mm-hmm. But I have, if you guys don't, this is what I just did. But I stutter a lot. I stutter.
He used to have.
I had when I was little, I had an underdeveloped tongue muscle, which literally it impeded my tongue to be able to make sounds that I wanted to and speak the way I wanted, which was my biggest weakness. People couldn't understand me up until the age of 6 or 7. I couldn't pronounce the word girl with the R, the girl part, until about 3rd or 4th grade.
It's so cute. Sometimes when he gets excited, really excited about something, he'll just start talking really fast, and then that will come out. Yeah. He'll just start going back to his old ways.
I'll be like, yeah, so anyway, the goal and this, and I'm like, and so it's I don't know. I wish I could be more fluent in radio talk, fluid, with words, and better speaker. But I think
like me,
you are pretty good at that though.
No. But I don't have a big vocabulary though.
I'd say the one thing I would want to change myself is just speaking, because it is improving a lot, but it's a huge thing that I'm kind of self-conscious about.
Well, I think it's good that you know that though, because then you can focus on it. And I know that every time you do a video, you're improving it, and you're working on it, and you're trying.
It was really interesting though, is I was watching a video on YouTube, actually a Casey Neistat video, and there's this shark attack guy, and he got bit by a shark and lost an arm and a leg, and he was a motivational speaker or something. And he was talking about his main mantra was I made my biggest weaknesses my strengths. He was afraid to swim in the water for a while, I think, and then he got back in the water, and now he's a surf instructor or something. And something else about couldn't run, and then he's running I forgot what it was, but his biggest weaknesses he turned into his biggest strengths and what he built his business around. And if you would have asked me 3 years ago, hey, would you want to run a podcast? Or even 5 years ago, would you want to have a YouTube channel?
We'd have to type out the podcast script, probably.
Yeah. It's if asked me, you know what, one day you're going to be on YouTube and you're going to be a speaker and talk to the camera, I'd be like, no, I'm not. There's no. And so I really do think the strength, especially if you would have looked at me at age 5 and been this kid who can't speak and people have to ask his mom to translate for him, is going to actually run a podcast one day and be a speaker and have a YouTube channel and talk and give speeches, and when he has meetups in front of 50 people. It just, that was my biggest weakness, and now I'm turning it into hopefully one of my strengths here.
No, that's really good.